All right. Peace and greetings. So there's a lot of stuff going on within the world today. But I want to say give thanks and honor to the great mother, the great father. I want to give thanks to the ancestral spirits, the ancestors, the angels, the high archangels, and I want to give thanks to most definitely. I want to give thanks to the whole divine, almighty divine, just another day of seeing the light of day. So yeah, there's too many agents out here that you gotta be mindful about. You also got agents out here that will play on human emotions to lure you in and use it as a manipulative tactic to lure you in to drain you from your energy just by listening and watching them on their YouTube channels. Um, they will use you for the numbers game. They will use you for the essence of your whole entire spiritual plasmic self. Um, I want to say and give thanks to the ancestors that brought the storm last night, the thunderstorm. But I digress on everything. But I want to say, you know, when it comes down to going on your path and finding your path, no one's no one can get in the way but you. And I say that, highly say that, because when it come down to it, you're dealing with a path that you can think that there's all these different ways of going it, and there's actually one true way, and only you'll know. When it come down to these agents of mischief or these agents of mayhem, they bring chaos and confusion, and they bring gossip. They bring gossip. They bring gossip with them with no proof. They don't have references. They don't have the info. They will regurgitate information instead of giving you the information and giving you the cold hard facts. Um, they don't have the receipts, mind you. That's what another word for evidence. They don't want to teach you and guide you along the way. Instead, they will have others teach you and guide you. They don't help you on your spiritual growth. When you are in front of the camera on YouTube, a lot of people don't know the type of power you have. That is another form of manipulation if you are actually that deviant or that devious. So you can move mountains with the sheer wordplay, with sheer charisma. And that's what can cause the confusion because a lot of people take you verbatim on what you're saying to be facts and not do the research themselves. So, I do want to name names on people that I consider that, but I'm not, except for probably one later on. And this is all because of the threats that you're giving me. And these are because of the threats that you've been sending me through voicemail. And I really hope that one day that the woman that I had a vision on come to the forefront and start exposing you. Because without yours truly, without Nuth, without Isaiah, without Jolly Bay, you are now hiding behind mods and you're hiding behind someone that lives in New York, Brooklyn to be exact. And you only created a team allegedly at the when we were cool talking about you should have a research team. And you had a great research team when we were around you and protecting you from being exposed. But we're not around you anymore. And you don't even realize you say you want to cause havoc on people that are witches and warlock. Be my guest. That is not my cup of tea. I don't cause rage and wars and none of that stuff. You see who I have a picture of, right? Or my avatar, right? This is one of my mothers in the spiritual realm. If not, yeah, one of my mothers in the spiritual realm. One of the ones that sent me down here. And I don't have nothing to lie about. I have nothing to lie about who she is to me. And I'm letting you know enough is enough. You made a threat to me last night. Why? Because I'm exposing the truth about you being one of those agents of chaos and mayhem and regurgitate. So you said that you slept with my girl, and I told you meet me at a certain location. And I know you're not going to do it because you ran from me before, agent. You ran from me before, agent, and you'll lie in front of the camera. You're a tough guy in front of the camera. See, my uncle told me to take care of you years and years ago. But see, me being the person that I am and trying to look the good in people and not the evil and try to bring the good out of them instead of the evil, I get slapped in the face. And then you call me a narcissist. Dog, I already have a therapist. I know what I suffer from, and that's not one of them. I don't suffer from a narcissistic mindset, never have, never will. But I digress on that because you are an agent. You're agent number one on YouTube. You suffer from identity crisis. You don't know if you want to be Tyreek Nasheed. You don't even know if you want to be Brother Rich. You don't even know if you want to be conscious. You don't even know if you want to be a part of the BLM. You don't even know if you want to be he that's a she thing. You don't you hide that behind the camera real well. And the women that were in my life know that. The children that's in my life know that. Matter of fact, I know and you know that when you saw me, you couldn't look at me in the eye, and then you ran and almost got hit by a car twice. And then you kept on calling me because you have an obsession. Let's not forget about your friend Alex. That sounded like a whole woman on the phone. Your ex friend. Let's not forget how the way you called Tiffany, or you text her and said that you and your homeboy is getting a motel room, and that y'all not sleeping in the same bed though. Y'all getting a motel room together. Let's not forget how you and one of your relatives what took place. I'm not gonna go there, but you know what took place with you and that relative, and you told me and the family about during that time. See, I'm not here to slander you, but I know you're an agent, and you like to bring chaos, and you like to bring confusion, and you have people calling my phone, you have people calling my wife phone because I already know what girl you're talking about, and so does she, and so does my oldest. But you're an agent, though. You were sent here to cause chaos. You come from the lower regions of the spirit realm. I seen what you look like. I know what you look like. And how I know is because you reveal yourself on your channel with that dirty cap. And none of your subscribers notice the dirty cap that you wear on your head. That is signs of being possessed, bruh. Because when you're under that, When you have that energy inside of you, it comes into you, and you remember what our godmother said about you being easily influenced by those energies. So either here or there, I digress on that too. Okay, but back to the story, because you're one of those agents. These agents can be charismatic. They can do anything possible to have you lured in, to drain your energy, to drain the mere essence of who you are, and make you feel like you're special, and have you thinking on their same thoughts, on them being special, being a chosen, being one that's been called to the forefront, and you thinking that you have all these powers, and thinking that you can literally take over the world. But I'm gonna bring this down to you a little bit. You can change the atmosphere in your world, which is your mind. If it's enough of you, the energy can change. And at the same time, what they use a way of division or dividing you amongst others, so you will not be aware of who you really are, because they took the sheer essence of you. That is why so many agents on YouTube that'll have you believing that what they're saying is dead on. A lot of times they don't have the receipts though, because their charisma speaks for itself. And they'll try to show you stuff on Google. Y'all been watching the news about Diddy and all of that. That is also a part of what's going on with this great freaking uh, 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 illusion of what's going on to trap the masses. They have you focusing on one thing when in actuality is more than just one thing that's going on. Do y'all know that there's actually places that they're finding over there in Antarctica, that there's actually a goddamn ice wall that leads to other dimensions and other worlds? Do you know this? Me and my homeboy Carlos talked about this the other day. Last time I did a live stream, we talked about this real briefly. Or how about what is CERN doing? Or how a lot of people that was hiring people that was in the research team of CERN left because they're doing stuff that they're not supposed to be doing, dealing with the spirit realm or multi dimensions. How about y'all? Did y'all even know that they discovered a being chained in a lower vessel, a lower realm, chained all the way around, ladies and gentlemen? But here we are. We're talking. Well, we're actually watching this whole Diddy thing unfold, which we all know is connected to Epstein Island and the continuation of Nasara and Jassara. We know all of that. Hey, dude, the one I was talking about, you know where you got Nasara and Jassara from. You didn't get it from a Caucasian man 11 years ago, because you would have been talking about it. You got it from yours truly, and you got it. You got it from my godfather, who's been studying Jassara and Nasara for 10, 15 years. And me and Noof brought it to your attention along with Tiffany. Blissful Visions, you got that from Tiffany and Noof. You got to remember. See, I'm going to figure out the ways of playing these voicemails so everybody can see how much you've been a stand all this time, how you've been how you've been trying to like come at me. See, I don't got time for these agents. There's so many of y'all. Don't make any sense. And how you use your agents of manipulation to call my phone and harass. But then behind the cameras, y'all like trying to be this uh, cool persona. You're one of those agents, and you have other agents working with you, because you have your minions, which are agents that want to bring chaos until they see something happen to somebody. And then when something happens to someone, then they go in hiding. You remember, you go in hiding a lot. You're one of those agents that's been harassing for a long time. You're one of those agents that constantly keep doing what you're doing. But I digress on that too, because when it comes down to it, you are just one of the mirror images of other things that's going on in these YouTube so-called streets that are pretty much manipulating the people, trying to manipulate the masses on spirituality and all this other stuff, and calling yourselves chosen. When in all actuality, the real chosen don't speak on social media saying that they're chosen at all. That whole chosen thing is pretty much a Judaic Christian mindset that was also created by the Vatican when the Vatican themselves took a lot of their information from the symbols of Mami Wata. That Bible that you all read come from the symbols of Mami Wata. Y'all don't even understand what the heck is going on. Y'all been lied to, bamboozled all this daggone time by all these higher people in hierarchies and so on, and they have their little minions and agents that are Agent Smiths, what you call in the Matrix, that work for what you call the demiurge, ladies and gentlemen. Look up Sophia and the demiurge. See, we have a lot of things to look into, and I've been sitting back, observing, and keeping my mouth shut for a long time about the demiurge and Sophia and other things that's going on, ladies and gentlemen. We got work to do as far as this whole research thing. We need to stop taking people what they say for face value, like they are actually on point and know what the hell they're talking about. When in actuality, they don't know what the same places they're talking about. They're just going on and regurgitating the information over and over again and recycling the information over and over again. Many of us know about the Anunnaki. We know about, you know what I'm saying, mermaids, because I told you all that mermaids exist. Now you got people on YouTube literally coming out and saying that they're real. And I said before in the past that there's a war going on underwater between this de facto government and the people that's underwater, the mer people. And that's coming to be out in the open and showing that it's factual. I told y'all that mermaids existed and it's coming out in the forefront. Thank you, Real Kia. Thank you for putting that out there. Thank you, Real Rich, Real Rich, yeah. Thank you. All those that are practitioners in voodoo and it's the practitioners in Ifa Santeria that know about the mermaids being real. Heck, my mama Oshun, which is one of my mothers, is depicted as a mermaid. See, we are in a time where it's not just going to be revelations that's going to take place. We're going to be in a time where a lot of people that you thought that wasn't going to get exposed are going to get exposed, and they're going to come into the revelation that they're actually false and they're not who they say they are because now it is that time. See, this year, which is the Gregorian calendar, which is not the real year, if you look at the numbers, this year is almost over with. You have two, 2 and 4, which is the number 8. That is two ciphers, which is 720 degrees, which equals the number 9. Now we're going into the real number 9 into the Gregorian calendar for next year. Watch how everything is going to be revealed about all these agents. A lot of people are going to start coming out as agents. Keep your eyes on the natural disasters because a lot of these earthquakes are still underground wars that's going on to free other children and other stuff that's been going on underground. Also, be on the lookout for the tsunamis. The tsunamis is actually wars that's going on with the mermaids and this de facto government too, and other governments, ladies and gentlemen. Because it's not just this government they're going to war with; they're going to war with other governments. So a lot of people don't realize that a lot of revelations are coming. So please be on the lookout for all of that. And I like how the way it went from three to two people. Now it's only one. So where we at right now is a time period where a lot of revelations are going to come. And I just posted up my email because I got information to share with others. As far as the Washita information, who are the Washita, um, who we are as Moors. You know what I'm saying? So I have receipts on this. And where we are today, we got a lot of stuff to touch on. Okay. Because right now we are supposed to be lining up with the higher vibrations and frequencies in order to get to the next phase into the dimensions of the fifth dimension. And a lot of us are still stuck in the third dimension because we're still trying to follow people and trying to have leaders when you're your own leader yourself. Stop trying to have people lead you, and when they're leading you down into the path of destruction and disarray, which is not where you want to go. You're your own divine person, your own divine entity. The creator created you in a sheer essence of the creator or the divine itself, herself, him and herself. However you want to depict it, but it's actually her. See, I've been quiet for a while. I've been trying to like let things go. But I'm getting sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I'm tired of the people lying to people and not going into the divine feminine, not going to the divine essence that created the divine masculine, and so on. Because you know why? The emblem of Freemasonry speaks for itself. The letter G, geometry, Gaia, the study of Earth, the numbers that equivalent the whole mechanisms and the breakdowns of the mathematical equations of Earth, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's all about. You got to know what the heck is going on. And then Earth is connected to the spirit realm. This is only the material realm of the spiritual realm. That's why it goes hand in hand. And that's why during the time of Halloween, the veil is weak where the spirits can roam and reveal themselves and show themselves on Halloween. Do y'all not notice? This is the stuff that's going on that they don't want you to know. Many of you that watch people and have certain visions and premonitions, you are mediums and you're very sensitive to energies. But these agents know that subconsciously. I love watching the sister Black Witch Yaya, Brother Rich, Black Magic 365. I think that's what it is. And Real Kia, you know what I'm saying? Young Elder, um, Dr. Kia Pruitt, you know what I mean? King Brujo and Brother Yosef and you know what I mean? Just to name some others. The Bobby Hemmett that when he was talking about all the books, the Dr. Yorks when he was talking about Tamaray and the schools of thoughts that he was talking about. They put his people in that were Nubians. And you have Dr. Phil Valentine, Professor James Smalls, Dr. Francis Wells, and Dr. James Amos. You also have Dr. Neely Fuller. You have Dr. Delbert Blair. List goes on. All these people helped yours truly to where he is today, and many others. But a lot of them some of them went into the basics of the third dimension. But it's to also find out this your essence in that third dimension to find out who you really are in this domain, in this dimension, and in this realm. So Dalbert Blair and many others, they talked about the spirit realm, the multi-dimension, the metaphysics, and all of that. We got to go back into that and not get bamboozled by these agents, family, because where we at today, the illusion is still on. Like Cat Williams said, a lot of people going to get revealed. I haven't even looked at that interview, but when he said it, it spoke volumes when I saw the clips of it. But yet here we are. We're still trying to find out who to follow. Check it out. Look into look into the Yoruba practices of of the of Ifa, Santeria. Look into voodoo and see how mermaids were connected to this. Like there is another Arisha. Oh yeah, okay. What's going on this time? Okay. Yeah, they found something like that. What is it? CERN found something, a being that was chained in this in the lower realms because you know they open up portals and dimensions and stuff like that. But what they're doing, what CERN is trying to do, is find the God gene. Okay, they're trying to find the God gene, and also they're using a lot of black matter and to open up these portals. But I want to go into that real quick. Then I'm gonna come back into what they found in the lower realms that was chained up. Um, the God gene, it's time. It is actually called the Eve gene, which is the mitochondrial DNA that is only found in black, so-called black and African women only. The mitochondrial DNA is only found in the so-called black woman and African woman as well, because they're all the same. So the so-called black woman, because the so-called black woman is the mother of all civilization, the so-called and also the so-called black man. So, all right, there is a being that they found. I'm gonna post up the name. This is who they found in chains. I'm gonna put the name in, and you can look them up yourself, and it's gonna shock the living crap out of you. Okay. Um, this is the name of the being. I think I'm spelling it correctly. Okay. And this is who they found. I think that's how you spell their name. Okay. You want to look at this being up. That's who they found chained in the lower realms. And they've been trying to wake them up. My friend Carlos told me that when Hillary Clinton and them were alive and everything, that they were trying to wake up a dragon and they couldn't wake this dragon up. Okay. There's a lot of stuff that's going on that they're not talking about. You know, I mean, and I'm gonna find out the name of that dragon when I talk to Carlos again, and I'm gonna do a live stream to see if we can find out the connections because there's a lot of stuff that's making sense. But yet here we are, we're being mind controlled or mind effed by these people that are agents and still trying to literally just not talk about this type of stuff. Okay, that particular being, look that being up. There's a book that has both it's called the Kabbalistic Encyclopedia. I recommend everybody get that because you want to know about the Kabbalah too. Because the Kabbalah is actually connected to this planet. Because if you look up this name, I'm gonna type in Kabbalah because I want you to see what is in the Kabbalah, the name Kabbalah. Okay, Kabbalah. Look what name you see in the word Kabbalah, and you see Allah, right? Now you have Ka and Kemet, or the teachings of Kemet, or the Kemet teachings. Ka means spirit. Ba, if you see the word ba, means soul. So you're talking about the ka, the spirit, and the ba of what? Allah, the spirit and soul of Allah. You, as a melanated person, being, as a brother, sister, whomever, you are the sheer essence, the ba and the ka, or the ka and the ba of Allah or Alet. Who is Alet? Look up the name Alet. See, I'm giving you names to look up. Okay? You see now we in now school's in session. Look up the name Alet. That is the real name for Allah. Allah is the real name for Alet. Don't believe me, look this stuff up. Now, you as a melanated person are connected to what CERN is doing because you have the mitochondrial DNA because of your mom and your mom's mom and your mom's mom and your mom's mom. It goes all the way back to the first woman, which is dealing with the Eve gene. That's what they call it. Black matter is what? That is what is matter. Look at what does matter. Matter is the physical, right? The physical traits of someone that has melanin too. We all have melanin, but melanated people have what? The abundance of melanin, not just in their physical appearance, but in their DNA, their genetic makeup. You have your blood, by you being melanated, it is all the way more rich, along with the melanin in your body, is more rich than gold. Keep this in mind. You're solely connected to this planet. Mm, mm. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it is right here. I just gave you some things to look up. You know what I mean? That name of that being, the word Kabbalah, giving you the breakdown on a not just an esoteric, but also an ancient Kemet, what the word Ka mean and Ba, and then you have Allah. Any name ending with AH at the end is feminine. Don't believe me, look it up. A lot of this information. Oh yeah, I heard of the Leviathan. I heard of Leviathan too. It's time I heard about Leviathan, and I heard about Leviathan. What is at Antarctica? There is a ice wall in Antarctica that all the governments are protecting over there. Okay, there's an ice wall that is being protected by all the governments over there, and this ice wall leads to another dimension or dimensions, plural. And you cannot go to Antarctica because you would have to have access as a government official from any one of these countries that have military. Think about it. Why? Why are we? And see, they've been studying Antarctica because Adolf Hitler knew about Antarctica. See, there's so many mysteries on this planet. Like, me and my queen we watch a lot of documentaries on werewolves. Not just ghosts, werewolves, vampires. We watch stuff on Sasquatches, which is Bigfoot. You know, there's something I want to share with you in Louisiana. Also, I want to share this with you. In Louisiana, they are finding werewolves in Louisiana, and they call them the Lougarou. The Lougarou is another name for werewolves. Um, Now I don't remember. I don't know if I did or not. Yes, that means Earth's still a globe and it's still connected to the spirit realm. It's just that it's certain shields, it's certain shields, it's certain things that's protecting the Earth, like Antarctica, because of the different realms in it and everything, right? So you got to look at that, and also it's also other lands over there, so it's blocking it, and they're trying to destroy it, but they can't because the ice wall is too strong, and also they're trying to protect whatever's in there. But see, here's the thing, um, they can't stop what's already been prophesied because you want to look this up. I'm gonna type this in. That's what I said. School's in session. I'm doing the best that I can to try to give you a lot of information that you can look up. So bear with me. I'm waiting for my keyboard to pop up because the Bible itself. This is what you want to look up. Sibyl's. You being melanated, my brother, and everybody else is watching. I don't care what color you are, but you have to look this up because this is not just what they consider African history, but this is universal history or story or our story, which is or my story, which is a mystery to them. Who is them? The people that's running that's so-called running the show. Um, so no problem, no problem. So we have to really go into a whole nother level of this and start thinking open minded. Like I said, me and my queen, we watch a lot of this stuff. Um, we watch go no we watch ghost hunters, we watch a lot of paranormal stuff, and we know it's real because us as a people, we had what you call shamans, shamanistas, and priestesses and priests of the ancient practices that knew about this stuff actually being real. And what they did, we used to go to those priestesses and priests because they were the mediums, or may we say the middle people for here, the material realm or physical realm, and the spirit realm. And the spirits will talk to them, and they will go ahead and relay a message to certain individuals, if not that individual that needed answers. We still do it to this day, but in order to do that, you have to go through a rites of passage. The whole saying goes, "Many are called, and few are chosen." The real chosen went through the rites of passage and was receiving the call from the ancestral realm. And here's the thing, this whole so called white and black thing did not exist because in the spirit realm, you choose what body you want to take on in this realm before you incarnate here. But, we got it. Yeah, exactly. 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 I think they're called the Ainun people, the Africans with Asian features. I think they're called the Ainun people, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and we also over here as so-called African Americans, we have Asiatic features too, because as Moors, we're called Asiatic Islamic Hebrews. Isn't that something? You know what I'm saying? But it's like I have to go back to exactly. It's time. I have to go back to the melanated people because we are the original. You know what I mean? Because I want the world to realize, hey, you can't come at us because we the original. We the ones that helped start this whole situation that's going on, jumpstart all the spiritual practices because we were all across the globe and still is in secluded areas. So this is why we have to start thinking on another level instead of being caught into the BS. We all that study this stuff and know what's going on from the soldier side, all this stuff. We know that Diddy was doing all this. We already knew he was doing all this stuff. But can I ask anybody a question? Honestly, What the Sam Blazes does that have to do with us waking up spiritually? What does that have to do with it? But the sister Real Kia, when she did her own synopsis on it, she was breaking it down from the masculine, the divine masculine, and the divine feminine, on how the way the divine feminine try its best to satisfy and to balance itself with the divine masculine, but the divine masculine is always trying to reject the divine feminine. So shout out to that beautiful sister. So that made sense, but at the same time, who really want to take the time to listen to that unless your vessel is open to learning and open up to knowledge itself? See, we gotta really wake up because all these agents are bamboozling us with this BS, man. I don't give a damn about what these celebrities doing anymore. I'm focusing on what can we do as a people because guess what? All these different so-called immigrants are coming over here, and us as so-called black people, melanated people, so-called African Americans, Moors, whatever you want to call us, Israelites, whatever you want to call us, are still where we are at today. But yet, we are still the cream of the crop because everybody looked to us to lead the way. That's why we had people like Dr. York said that this is Egypt of the West. That they don't even talk about the mounds that's over there down in Louisiana. The mounds over there in Louisiana. Matter of fact, I'm gonna type in this. Look up this, and I think this is her name. Don't take my word for it. I'm trying to spell it the best way possible. So, and if her name don't pop up, just type in this. But you can look up the Washita Moors though. Washita, yeah, the Washita Moors, and they were the mound builders over here in the U.S. before there was any Albion or Caucasian that came over here. So, so I just want y'all to know, like, I wanted to share this information with y'all for a long time because I want to share this story with everyone. When years ago when me and the brother was on B Miles channel, there was his old channel that got terminated. There was some sisters that was on there, and we had a video called Yes, that's true this time. That's why I said look up the Washita. So I typed in her name and the Washita. They were the mound builders. We were called the original indigenous people pretty much that were over here. Um there was a video. I mean there was a video that we did. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But before his old channel got terminated. Family Tides. It was called Family Tides. And we had real copper colored Empress Holbert and her an associate named Lyrica some years back. I sent Empress Holbert information dealing with the Washita Moors and the Empress. I sent her information on that. And she went live and spoke on it, but she didn't give where she got the source from. And whenever she go live, just know you'll see me as one of her mods. because that me and her became real cool, and she gave me props on that afterwards because she knew that I had information about who we are over here. So she did give me props, like, more like behind the scenes, and me and her used to talk all the time. So it's like, yeah, that's what it is. They don't want to tell us this. Why? Because that'll be a wake up call for us. I'm gonna share a story with you too. There's a sister in Nairobi, Kenya, named Dr. Mumbi. Her name is Dr. Mumbi. She's on YouTube, Dr. Mumbi. Okay, I love this sister. She's beautiful inside and out. Dr. Mumbi. Let's see. And my brother Jolly, William Jolly Bay put me on with her. Dr. Mumbi said something in one of her old live streams. She said that the UN in the beginning, before they made Palestine Israel, they were going to make Kenya Israel. They changed their mind and made Palestine Israel. And I'm gonna tell you, like I told my good friend Carlos, if they would have made Kenya Israel, you know what that would have did to us over here. If they would have made Kenya Israel, think about it. That would have woke up us as a people big time. But now, guess what? The UN is now in Nairobi, Kenya, because Nairobi, Kenya looks like New York back in the day when it was beautiful and so on and not even polluted. And that's where the UN is at right now. And also, that is a well known fact that the clone of Bill Gates is implementing microchips in the people in Kenya right now as we speak. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And that's why I said so many agents out here that's not talking about this stuff. I mean, we really need to wake up and smell the coffee here because I feel like if we wake up, because we are sleeping giants in this realm, us melanated people are sleeping giants. And did you not know that thanks to my good brother, uh, Noble Joseph Eubanks L, I took him under my wing, and me and the brothers took him under our wing pretty much. And we've been teaching the brother, and he even found books that dealt with our people connected to the ancient Asians of Asia. And he found out in the book that the Chinese, the Japanese, the Koreans, they all have what they call Moorish or black blood or African blood in them. And that he even found out that the Japanese and the Chinese, their dialect is similar to that of the Yoruba people in Nigeria. Okay. So we have our little study group and we have our little conversations because in order for us to come out with the information, we got to come to the forefront and start educating the people. It's that time. We can't get caught up in this stuff, man. It is too much stuff going on. We need to know how to do self-defense, defend ourselves. We need to know how money really works. Because there was things behind the scenes during that time before the whole fallout took place that we was making things happen for the people. Thanks to the beloved icon that I have, the avatar I have. She was the one that was guiding the way during that time, telling you really what to do, guiding a brother like, all right, we're going to go ahead and have everybody buy silver and put silver to the side on a bi-monthly basis and then start buying up properties. I already had a mentor lined up that was in real estate investing. See, there's stuff that was going on behind the scenes when we were all connected to B Miles that nobody didn't know about. That we were trying to get everybody on board so we can go ahead and purchase silver through Shea Marie and so on and put it towards the treasury on a bi-monthly basis of silver. And then I had a brother who is a millionaire in real estate, who I knew personally, that was going to help us buy property as a people and help us buy what they call um 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 what they call those things, uh shopping centers, shopping centers, to own shopping centers, and we split the finances down the line with everybody that was and that was involved with us, that was trying to build a nation. I mean, it was things that was lined up during that time, you know. And now, you know, we have to do everything right, but there's too many agents that don't want this to happen, that talk about it, but they don't want it to happen. Talking about reparations, they want, oh, we need reparations. How you want to get reparations when you don't even have an identity? You don't even have an identity. How are you going to get reparations and not have an identity? Nobody don't talk about the Empress of the Washington Moors, rest in power to her, and they don't even know that even Dr. Kia Pruitt, before her other channel got taken down, she did a whole full blown live on who started Nassauver and Jasauver, and that, my brothers and sisters, was the Empress of the Washington Moors. She was the one that implemented Nassauver and Jasauver. She took the U.S. to court. She actually has a book out when she's talking about the illegal purchase of Louisiana by the French and the United States government. Rest in power to her. She's an ancestor now. See, we need to stop playing these games with our souls out here with these people. Enough looking for the leaders. You are the leader within yourself. Listen, I'm not a leader here for you. I am not, and I am not here to cause a revolution. What I'm here to do is have you think. I'm here to have you think outside the box and start making you say, something is not adding up. Why are we not talking about stuff like this? Why are we not realizing that we are the cream of the crop and that everybody is looking for us to lead the way? There's another person I wanna type in, because this guy helped me on this YouTube video, and have he have a video on YouTube. It's old, but I'd recommend people look at it. That video, Dr. Eugene Adams, Africans in Asia. You want to look that up, okay? Um, he goes into details about the god Sambo. Yeah, the god Sambo, huh? There's people that call brothers and sisters Sambos and don't even realize that Sambo was one of the names of the creator. Mm, ain't that something? So anyway, I digressed on that. We have to move forward on this journey, man. We can't get caught up. If I can point the direction for somebody to learn and expound and start their own research, I did my job. I did my job. I've met many people in different walks of life, from different races, nations, and when I had explained them and expound on this information, you know what they tell me? You're right. I want to say this: the times that Brandon Miles was on my was staying with me, and the times when he had his old channel, when he said that he got in the lift in an Uber, and he spoke to African brothers and sisters, and they said that this is it's the land over in Africa and all this other stuff he was saying. I was the one that was starting the conversations with the brothers and sisters in Africa, and he was right there on the sidelines listening. And I was breaking down a lot of stuff to the brothers and sisters in Africa that were on these that was driving the Ubers and the Lyfts when Brandon Miles was with me. And the information that he said to the people that wasn't true. It was me that was talking to the people. It was me talking to the people. It was me bringing that information to the limelight. And he'll bring it to y'all, and he make it seem like he said it, but it was actually me. I met people, all walks of life, all different parts of the continent of Africa. I have talked to them, still do. Do y'all not know that the people of Nigeria and or the Yoruba people want us to come back home to them because they know that over here, that this land, this particular land, is also considered Africa. Matter of fact, there's a sister, an empress who's alive today. I'm typing her name in, and she's still alive. Empress Sheba, and she was in exile in the Caribbean. As I said, let class begin because I'm about to start doing this because there's a video, an old video of her wearing a black and red dress, and she was wearing the crown of Hat Haru, and she spoke on the Americas, and she said that the Americas, she said that the African kingdom stretched from Africa to India to the Americas. This is an empress that's alive saying this stuff. That's her name right there. So it's time. I'm hoping you take all that, look all that stuff up, man. Look all that information up, bro. Like I'm telling you, I'm whenever I come on here, I'm gonna try to drop as many jewels for any and everybody to learn this. And my thing is, you're not to challenge a person, but you do have to ask questions to the people that you feel like that are agents, right? You gotta always ask the questions. Okay. I'm gonna tell you this, I don't know everything. If I can't get it for you right then, I'm gonna tell you like, hey, give me some time. I'm gonna find out and I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna talk to some people. And then we're gonna talk to some people and then we're gonna try to get it together. Don't that sound familiar? That somebody else say that? I'll expound and talk to you about it when I talk to other people that might know, and I'll come back to you. Don't that sound familiar? Then when I get the information, I will post it. I might even post it on in my community part of YouTube. Because right now we need this information to help us out on our journey. That's why I gave a shout out to Real Kia, Cauldron, um, Brother Yosef, Mystic, Hood Mystic. I forgot about him. Hood Mystic. Even Brother Rich, Black Magic 365. I think that's it. Um, Black Witch Yaya. Just to name a few. I give them shout outs because they are doing the work. Brother, what's his name? King Bujo. Give him a shout out. That brother is actually a real priest. You know what I'm saying? The brother's on it. Um, what's the brother what's the brother Baba Joseph E5, I think that's his name. Shout out to him. And these people doing the work. These people doing the work. They're doing the freaking work. We don't have time. Listen, we don't have time for half stepping. We don't have time for halfway spiritual people or call themselves gurus, whatever they call themselves nowadays. conscious people, and they still talking about Oprah. They still talking about the Diddy's. And man, listen, we got to go into higher depths and knowing about our story, our so-called history, to for us to have a better insight on what we have to do. You understand? We need to talk about the mitochondria DNA. We need to talk about Emperor Sheba the Third. We need to talk about the Washita Moors, about how there are mounds and there are mounds, aka pyramids, in Chicago or Illinois, I mean, and how they have mounds in the South, which is pyramids that we created in this further South, especially in Louisiana. How they kept the Grand Canyon a secret, how that actually have Egyptian deities as statues in the Grand Canyon that they don't want us to see. That's really talk. But yet here we go. We're not trying to hear it. We want to hear about the Diddy bull crap. Listen, this whole planet is going to be on an implosion of a lot of conspiracies. But the thing is, you have to focus on yourself, divine self, and find the divine not just in yourself, but in many others, positive or negative. Because even down the negativity has some sort of divine connection to it. Because you got to remember, you are a small portion of the divine within you that's living a human experience. That's why they say we are spiritual beings living a human experience. Why? Because that part of the divine want to know how it is to be human. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? But neither here or there. You know what I'm saying? That's who you want to look up, her, and you want to look up her. And I like the fact that you put this up and this. So I want to let y'all know that that's the information I wanted to share to y'all with y'all. Um, and this is the being that they found that was locked up in chains in the lower spirit realms. Okay, and this time is nothing I can change about this. You know what I'm saying? But that what I've just not put that us coming back, that's being stopping to be, it'll stop, but us coming doing collaborations is not going to happen at all. That's not going to happen anymore. I hate to say it. That won't ever happen again because that person made things even more personal, and so we're not going to ever collaborate ever again. They made it personal when they mentioned something about a woman that I used to date, and they are saying that everybody left me, and that's not true. So, and I'm getting threats of from the cronies and him. So that's not going to happen. Um, I'm gonna keep on teaching and talk about this information, and I'm gonna keep on coming back to it so people can do their own research and see that I'm not making it up. Um, I want people to realize that you are special. The Creator don't make any junk, and that you being a divine being that's melanated, you have a lot of work to do here because this whole planet is built around you. And I want to tell the sisters that whole twerking thing. Yeah, um, I must say that whole twerking thing. I'm glad Rod Hayes mentioned this. That twerking was actually used as a weapon in ancient times by the women, by our women. They would get permission from nature, ask permission from nature to twerk, and when they would twerk, it would create earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, and all of that stuff. So my so-called black women, African women, Moorish women, Israelite women, you have a lot of power. In this Gregorian calendar, which is 365 days, it brought forth natural disasters. Yes, it did. Rod Hay spoke on that a while ago. Um, because they would put their foot in nature, their feet into nature, and they would twerk, but they'll get permission from nature, from Gaia, from the planet, and it would cause natural disasters. That's how much power they have. Now, I apologize. I'm gonna go back to what I said. Now, on a Gregorian calendar, there's 365 days in a year. If you do the mathematical equation of 365 days, this is what you get. I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna put the equation up. 365. Okay, three. All right. Give me a second, because I'm about to type up the mathematical equation. Plus 6 plus 5 equals equals 14. And that's what it equals to. Equals, because I'm posting up all this. So bear with me. I'm just typing it up. Boom. Yeah, twerking was used also to I want to say twerking was also to manipulate the certain men to see if he's going to fall for the lower self, or he going to deal with the higher self. And when a man didn't fall for his lower self, that's how he also got his wife. And then they would procreate together, because she knew he wasn't just after her for her sexual prowess. Even though sex is a good thing, but she realized he wasn't that, so they would actually procreate that way too. They would test the men to see if he's going to fall for his lower self. Okay, and if he fell for his lower self, he was considered a weak man. That means he would use lust instead of love and appreciation, and he was rewarded with love and appreciation and also intercourse, because he didn't fall for it. His wife would perform sexual acts on him, and they will procreate and have children that way too. See, they also use it as a test, because if you're married and your wife twerk on you, that's her way of flirting with you, but you already have her, so you can, you know. And if you don't fall for it, she gets mad. You know what I mean? She'll get mad and be like, "Oh, you're not falling for that? Okay." And then she'll find something else. See, twerking was used in multiple ways, but that was also one of the ones was bringing natural disasters too. But neither here nor there. I digress on that also. Exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's it's, it's so many things that we have to look into. That's why I said like all of this. Um, I just wanted to bring this to the forefront and bring this information to everybody. Um, and twerking was used for a lot of things. So I digress on a lot of things that I've said. I've said enough on this channel. I want to say those that have watched, thank you for watching. There's information that I share that you can look up. I will be doing more information that I come across, and eventually I'll be having guests on here soon. I have a new channel as well where I'm going to have a lot of us on have a panel of us. Hopefully, I can get everybody on the same page. Um, where we can actually go ahead and start going into different breakdowns of sciences and um, where we can have a panel where we can go into information and dig deep in depths on the metaphysics and so on. Um, I think that'll work for us as well. But I'm working on building this channel back up, and then I have the other channel that we're going to have. That I actually have, and I have a Rumble channel for the brothers as well that I'm working on. That I already have, but I just gotta put down the title on what I want to call it and get a copy written. Um, yeah. So we're going to make things happen. I'm gonna make another channel called The Journey, where I will be filming yours truly and some of the brothers on their journey, if they're willing to do that, to on their spiritual path to become priest and priest, become priest. So I'll see if they're interested in recording themselves when they're going on a journey becoming priest in Ifa and Voodoo and stuff like that. I'm gonna see if they're interested in doing that, so everybody can see the journey that they went on, so they can get a feel of all of this. If that make any sense, I'm not just saying this. I'm actually talking to the brothers right now about it. So it's just that everybody's timing is kind of off because everybody's busy. I've been said I was doing this, but I already made certain channels already. Um, you know, yeah, because I want us to build a strong community, where we are recognized for that, not just us. I'm talking about those that is watching that want to be a part of it, and we all can be recognized for it, and we can actually have a gathering of the minds per se on doing live streams where we can have people come on the panel or call in and be like, yo, I had this, I had went through this dream or anything that's something spiritual that was phenomenal, and they willing to share it. So that's what I'm looking at doing. Just bear with me because I have so many ideas that I really want to help out the people on their journey of spirituality and consciousness, and reach out to not just people over here, but all over the planet. And it doesn't matter what race you are, but I want them to understand that it started with us as the melanated people of this place, of this spectrum of this planet, because we were the first ones here. And I really want everybody to know that first things first, my people come first. The melanated people, the so-called black man and woman, we come first. And I want everybody to acknowledge that. And that we don't hold no grudges. We want to have the acknowledgement of who we are on this planet. And it's about goddamn time we get our recognition instead of being put to the side. On that note, I love you all, and may the divine protect you and your family and you on your journey. And I want to say ashe to everybody that's watching from the ancestors, and may the ancestors protect us on this journey that we call life. Ashe to the ancestors, aye bobo to all of the ancestors, all the spiritual ancestral spirits, to the divine mother, to the divine father. Thank you for helping us wake up on this day and time to be in this day and time today to see the light of day, to understand that this path called life, or this journey called life, it is more than what we expected, and there's more to unfold, and there's more to learn. And on that, ashe, 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 and thank you. Islam, peace, love, light, darkness, divine, what? Divine peace and love.